Former President of the Senate Chester Humphrey has criticized MP for St. George Northwest, Dr. Keith Mitchell, over his recent actions in the House. Humphrey said the rules are clear. When the Speaker stands, all others must sit. He called out Dr. Mitchell's temper, stating that no matter how upset he gets, he must maintain decorum. However, Humphrey also suggested that the Speaker appears to be unfair, describing his handling of Mitchell as that of a lion tamer trying to control him.
Dr. Mitchell's conduct in the House is seriously wanting. The rules are clear, right? And he has to come to the understanding that you don't start a fight that you can't win, right? And if the Speaker asks you to take your seat, and if once the Speaker stands, anyone else on his feet must sit. This is part of the basic decorum of the House. No matter how peeved you are, you must maintain the decorum of the House and carry yourself in a certain way. And to be fair, Dr. Mitchell has a penchant. He allows himself to get angry. He loses his composure. Obviously, from all appearances, the Speaker is unfair. The Speaker sees himself as a lion tamer, and his role is there to tame Dr. Mitchell. I mean, that is what it appears to be.
William Joseph, Public Policy Analyst, former Permanent Secretary for the Government of Grenada and former Director of Tourism, also shared his reflections on the fiasco that transpired in Parliament Tuesday during the wrap-up of the 2025 budget debate, which led to the opposition parliamentarians walking out before the conclusion of the session.
There are a couple of things turning on Rule 40, as I understand it, and as I have seen, the text of it. The first thing I would say is that a practice cannot succeed over rule. So if there's been a practice of X person wrapping up the debate on the budget, it does not mean if the rule provides otherwise, then that practice cannot take precedence over the rule. So Rule 40 is relatively straightforward in that it says that the Minister of Finance, the Prime Minister, or any minister so designated by the Prime Minister may wrap up the debate. So it means that the Prime Minister himself could wrap it up, and he could do so in two ways. He could do it in the course of his normal or regular contribution, say whatever he wishes to say, or he would come back separately and wrap it up, notwithstanding the presence of the Minister for Finance.
Joseph said there is an unanswered question. Why has Dr. Mitchell not spoken?
Whatever was in the back rooms, the Prime Minister, when he took the floor, intimated that he was going to be prepared to use his prerogative and wrap up the debate. And that is provided for. It is covered under Rule 40. So notwithstanding the practice, the Prime Minister was saying, listen, on this occasion, I'm going to apply the rules and I am going to do the wrapping up. So he's saying that, and that announcement has caused problems for Dr. Mitchell, who had not yet spoken. Now the question is why it is that Dr. Mitchell had not yet spoken. Well, he was going to have to answer that. But it seems to me that there was some sort of gamesmanship going on there. People jostling for who wants to speak last, and so on and so on. And in that process, I think the plot was, to the extent that it is fair to say that there was a plot, the plot was lost by Dr. Mitchell and his side.
Christina John, GBN News.